Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the Forex market, keeping you in the know and ahead of the trends. Today is November 1st, 2024, and we're going to wrap up this week's key Forex moves and set you up with the insights you need for Monday. There's been a lot of action across the major currency pairs, so let's break down the week, highlight critical levels, and explore what could unfold as we head into next week's trading. 1. Quick overview of today's market action. First, let's touch on what's happening today. As we wrap up this Friday, the major pairs have shown a bit of a pullback. Traders are cautious as we approach the weekend, especially after the recent interest rate decisions from central banks globally. Today's movements are giving us a few signals, especially for pairs involving USD, Euro, and JPY, which we'll talk more about in a moment. 2. USD overview. The dollar's recent strength and what it means moving forward. This week has been a strong one for the US dollar, largely backed by solid GDP figures and persistent inflation pressures. With another rate hike potentially on the Fed's table, USD has continued to show resilience, attracting investors. The question is, can this momentum last into next week? Monday could set the stage for some interesting dollar plays. Analysts are watching for data releases in the US on manufacturing and employment, which could impact how the dollar opens the week. If those indicators remain strong, we could see USD maintain its strength against currencies like the euro and the yen. Key levels to watch on Monday for USD. Euro to US dollar, 1.0520 remains a resistance level to watch. If we see a move beyond that, it could signal further downside potential for euro, US dollar to Japanese yen. Keep an eye on 151.80, especially if inflation news out of Japan sparks a reaction. 3. Euro, challenges amid economic pressures and next week's potential. The euro has had a challenging week, largely pressured by weak economic data from the Eurozone and a dovish tone from the ECB. While there's still underlying support for the currency, many are wondering if the euro can catch a break. Looking to Monday, we're paying attention to any updates on inflation out of Germany and other major economies within the Eurozone. If those numbers don't improve, euro could start the week on a bearish note. The ECB's ongoing stance on interest rates is another factor here. A more hawkish tone would be needed to boost investor sentiment. Key levels to watch on Monday for euro. Euro to US dollar, look for support around 1.0450. A break below that could open the door for a sharper move down. Euro to pound sterling, the 0.8650 level is crucial here, as GBP strength might overshadow euro if UK data impresses. 4. GBP, gearing up for new data releases next week. The British pound has been relatively steady, but there's still some caution in the air as we approach the new week. Investors are watching for a series of reports out of the UK that could shift GBP either way, including consumer confidence and inflation expectations. Heading into Monday, GBP could see support if UK data signals that inflationary pressures are easing. However, any surprise uptick in economic challenges could add pressure on GBP pairs. Key levels to watch on Monday for GBP. Pound sterling to US dollar, 1.2150 has been a strong support level, but if it breaks, we could see a shift lower. Pound sterling to Japanese yen, 183.00 is worth watching closely, especially if US dollar to Japanese yen continues to rise, potentially dragging pound sterling to Japanese yen up with it. 5. JPY, yen struggles with USD and economic pressures. The Japanese yen has been weak against the dollar, mainly due to the Bank of Japan's ongoing ultra-loose policy, which has pressured JPY. If inflation remains tame and Japan continues its low-rate approach, JPY might see continued softness. Going into Monday, traders will be focused on how JPY pairs open, especially if there's any change in Japan's economic policy stance. Any sign that the Bank of Japan might adjust its policy would likely boost JPY, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Key levels to watch on Monday for JPY, US dollar to Japanese yen. Resistance around 152.50 could be tested again if the USD stays strong. Euro to Japanese yen. Keep an eye on 158.20 for possible resistance if euro remains under pressure. 6. AUD and CAD. Commodity currencies to watch. For the Australian and Canadian dollars, commodities are the name of the game. AUD and CAD have both shown sensitivity to recent oil and gold prices, as well as overall commodity demand. AUD remains a bit vulnerable as China's economic data hasn't shown consistent improvement, impacting demand for Australian exports. CAD, on the other hand, could see some lift if oil prices hold up. Key levels to watch on Monday for AUD and CAD, Australian dollar to US dollar. Look for support at 0.6340. A break could signal more downside if China's demand outlook continues to weaken. US dollar to Canadian dollar, 1.3725 is a key level to watch, especially if oil prices start the week strong. 7. Closing thoughts and key events to watch on Monday. So, as we head into Monday, here are the key points to remember. USD is likely to start strong, with data releases to watch. Euro and GBP may open cautiously, especially if there's no improvement in economic data from their respective regions. JPY's ongoing struggle could continue unless Japan's policies see a shift. AUD and CAD could be influenced heavily by commodities. Next week has the potential for more movement as major economies release their latest data. If you're holding any positions over the weekend, make sure you're ready for potential gaps when markets reopen. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for daily insights. Alright, that wraps up today's forecast. Let me know in the comments what currency pairs you're watching for next week. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found it helpful. Keep those notifications on, and we'll see you back here on Monday for a fresh look at the market. Have a great weekend, and happy trading.